They're all heading into the 70s. You know, right here, they're the Beatles, but they're also John, Ringo, Paul, and George. I've always taken it for granted that the Beatles Abbey Road album cover is iconic. I mean, I've never really thought about it before. Until a couple of days ago when I heard somebody say, hey, the iconic Abbey Road album cover. So I don't know why, but I stopped a minute and I said, hey, why is it so iconic? So I put my artist hat on and I took a step back and I looked at it and I saw a couple of things. So please indulge me as I share a few of those things with you in my serious, not so serious way. But seriously, it does begin and end with the fact that this is a perfect photograph. Ian McMillan took the perfect photograph here. He stood in the middle of Abbey Road on a step stool. The cops, they stopped traffic for everybody. And he took 6 or 7 photographs as the Beatles walked back and forth across Abbey Road about 3 or 4 times. And they chose this one, this perfect photograph. And I say it's perfect not because it's all in alignment and symmetrical. That's not what I mean by perfect. I mean, it's perfect because, I mean, look at us. We're talking about it almost 60 years later. We call it iconic for a reason. And it's perfect because it makes us feel something. It makes us think something. We don't know what it is. We're always looking at it as like, what's going on? We're always trying to find out more. What is it about it? And so I kind of think of it like a painting, like a work of art. So I break it down like a foreground right here. You've got the middle ground and then you have the background. And in our foreground, of course, we have our heroes here, our subject matter, John, Ringo, Paul, and George, the Beatles. They're in the foreground. There's a lot of contrast. There's a lot of interest. You know, you look right here. But you also have this middle ground with a little bit of interest. There is something there to look at, but it's more in the shadows there. It's not as detailed. And then you have the background here. Now, the background is being a little bit naughty. It really, really wants your attention. It wants you to look at it. And it's in competition with the foreground. It's in competition with the Beatles. And it's going to lose, and it does lose, but it has a lot of things going for it. And one of the things it has going for it is this blue color right here that you don't see really anyplace else in the photograph. So we want to look at that something different there. We also want to look at the contrast here. You have the contrast between the trees and the sky. There's a lot of contrast here. Plus the perspective, everything is pointing there. You have these 4 triangles all pointing right there. Everything is saying, look here, look here, look here. But it's a losing battle, okay? You look at the Beatles. Well, most people, I guess, probably look at the Beatles first. But, you know, you really are looking here, too, with your other eye at the same time. It creates that tension, that competitive tension. And it's a good tension. It's not the bad tension. It's that good tension, that competitive friction that John and Paul have when they write songs together, when they create magic, when they create fire. I mean, they all have it. You know, they all have that creative tension, that creative friction that we all feel that makes them the Beatles. And even right here, I look at them. Here, let me ask you this first, though. Okay? When you look at these guys, which one of them do you look at first? Do you look at Ringo first? Do you look at George first? I mean, I don't. I don't look at any individual first. I actually see them all as one right away. I look here and then I look there and I see them all as a group, even though they look like 4 individuals crossing the road. Well, they're kind of tied together. There's some extra tension here, visual tension kind of tying them together. You got these 4 triangles here of their legs, tying them together. They really are sort of tied together with their legs. Plus, the zebra crossing that they're standing on is tying them together. It's all kind of one unit here, this foreground here. It's grounding them in. It's adding that, it's got that added importance to it. And let's compare it to another iconic album cover, Rubber Soul. Okay. In this one, it's actually, it's a beautiful album cover, and it's actually pretty obvious that they're a group. They have similar looks, and they're all kind of huddled close together. But they also have an obvious focal point here, at least to me. John is very obviously the focal point here. He does stand out in this one, and because he's more front and center, you see more of his shoulder here, plus he's looking at me. He's not looking at you, he's looking at me on this album cover. And it just has a very different feel. It has a more relaxed vibe to it. It doesn't have that creative tension that this one has. But it's perfect for the Rubber Soul album. It's absolutely perfect, just like this. This creative tension is absolutely perfect for Abbey Road. I mean, and plus it also draws you in. There's a lot of ways that the album draws you into it that makes you want to find out more, makes you want to go there and cross the road with them. I mean, the perspective, of course, draws you in. This vanishing point draws you in. All that contrast, it draws you in. But it doesn't just start here. It actually, the album, to my way of thinking, actually starts here. Me in the record store holding the album. Because think about it, you've got the zebra crossing, you know, if you extrapolate it, it's bleeding off the album cover and it's bleeding off to here in the floor, me holding the album, and I'm standing on the zebra crossing here in the record store. And here I am in the zebra crossing with the Beatles, and it's all drawing me in. Like I'm holding it and I'm there on Abbey Road with the Beatles. We're right there with them. So we're already in Abbey Road as soon as you hold on to the album. So no wonder people go there and recreate it, because they're already there. Here they are in their natural habitat. Hey, we can go there too. This is someplace that we can go. Everything is drawing you in. It's like a mystery, but there's really nothing mysterious about it. It's just that creative tension, the perspective, you know, and all the natural, it's just kind of magically happening. So let's look at these guys individually, okay? I mean, definitely they're a group there. It's not as obvious as it is here on Rubber Soul, but they're a group still here in 1969. But they're heading into the 70s as individuals, and their individuality really begins to show here on the album cover. You have John here heading into the 70s, striding forward here in the front. He's going someplace. He's in a hurry, like he always is. He's got something to do, and he's in his iconic white suit. And he's got his beard going too. And something else to kind of think about, you know, if John were just here by himself in that white suit, you would think that John would stand out in that white suit. But there's something else going on here. You have this other Beatle here in white, this white V-dub, that kind of balances out, that diminishes the impact of John's white suit there. So you have this white over here, so it kind of it fools the eye into thinking, hey, there's a lot of white here already. Okay, we don't really need to look at this here. Let's look at the other things going on too. So that white there diminishes John's impact. Now here we have Ringo, you know, striding very confidently here. He cuts a dashing figure. He's looking incredibly handsome as Ringo. Plus he has a lot of power now here in mid-1969. He's got Octopus's Garden on the album. He's also got a couple of movies under his belt. He's no longer that guy. He doesn't look like that guy that's walking along the canals in A Hard Day's Night. Obviously, he's still that guy. But look at him. He really is going into the 70s with a lot of power. And here comes Paul. Paul has a lot of power too, and in his own way and on his own terms. Because look at him. He's a little bit different here. He's being Paul. He's leading with his right foot and not with his left, like the other guys. And he's also barefoot. He too has a wonderful suit on, a beautiful suit, but he's more relaxed about everything. He's just carelessly arty, just comfortable in his own skin, doing whatever he wants. He's at the top of his game here heading into the 70s as Paul. And also heading in the 70s, you know, he's not quite at the top of his game here, but here's George. George not in a suit, doing his own thing, in his own kind of uniform. John's kind of in his uniform as he goes into the 70s. This is George in the beginning part of the 70s, in his bell-bottom jeans, in his tan boots, his wallabies, and his jean shirt. He's got that beard, and his hair is just going to get even longer. And you can just hear the guitars when you look at George right there, getting ready to really go up there with All Things Must Pass. I mean, when you look at him, that's what you feel. That's what you're thinking when you see George. All of that potential, they all have potential. They're all heading into the 70s as a group. but as individuals. And the Abbey Road album cover wants us to go with them. It draws us in. And it says, hey, look at this. Come join us, will you? Okay, as we head into the 70s. And yeah, I'll definitely go along with you guys for sure. And I really do appreciate you all always coming along with me as I kind of go down here to this place right here. Who knows where it is? I'm sorry. It's just all kind of nutty, and I do appreciate you hanging in there with me. And until next time, peace and love one another. Hey guys, love one another, okay? Take care. And I mean, I don't even really want to talk about the Let It Be album cover. I mean, I kind of sort of hate it. I mean, there's so many good photographs of John, Paul, George, and Ringo. I mean, what are we talking about here? I mean, I really don't get it. Can we have a do-over with a Let It Be album cover?